Case that was launched back in 2020 is finally getting some solution, we could say. There's been a new ruling in the Google antitrust lawsuit regarding, well, Google is running a monopoly, and obviously it is, but running a monopoly is not illegal. What's illegal, though, is trying to tip the scales in your favor, and Google has been caught red-handed with doing just that. So, as of Tuesday, a Washington judge has ruled that Google does not need to divest its Chrome browser. Now, it's a very rare victory for the big tech giant, but they do have to share data with their competitors. That's according to the ruling by the Judge Imet Mehta, who ruled just recently on this. And again, folks, this lawsuit has been going on since 2020. This involves several states, including our federal government, and it's been long overdue. So some see this as a victory, while others think this doesn't go far enough. Joining me right now to discuss is the one and only Abigail Slater. She is the Assistant Attorney General for the DOJ's Antitrust Division, and she joins us exclusively today to react to this judge's ruling. Abigail, I want to say thank you for joining me. It's an honor to have you on today's show, especially to react to such big news. I know your team is celebrating this because this is a victory. This has been a fight for over 5 years now. Your reaction to Judge Mehta's ruling today?
So thanks so much for having me, Breanna. The pleasure is all mine. It's great to see you. So the way we're thinking about this decision today is we're cup half full, and I want to put the case in context. You already alluded to the timeline. The division has been working on this case since the October of 2020. So this case actually started on President Trump's first watch, Trump 45. It follows all the way through to today, and so we're picking up the fight in Trump 47. And it's been a hard slog. It's been a hard one, hard fought case. It's one of three cases in the past 18 months where Google's been found guilty of monopolization. The other case involves Epic and so on. We also have another case in Virginia, which the division is bringing involving Google's ad tech monopoly. They've already been found liable in that market also. So we're fighters. We're here to fight for free markets for the American consumers. So in that sense, we feel good about it. Now we can talk about the opinion itself, but overall, in the context of all of these other cases and the momentum that we feel growing behind our movement, we feel pretty good.
Yeah, and this is a big one because I think most Republicans can get behind taking on Google because Google has suppressed both Republican candidates, conservative candidates, and this is long overdue. I want to talk about the specifics though. First, let's talk about the data sharing because I think that's really important. So now, according to this judge, Google's going to have to share its data with its competitors. What does that ultimately mean when it comes to what specific data are they now sharing? And what are they sharing? Like, who are the competitors itself?
Sure, sure. So the data is key to this online search market. It's how Google grew to scale and size over time and how it got to have a 95% market share over a couple of decades. It's key to everything. Data is key to the ability of any company to scale. And the judge got that. And so, included in the remedies here, he has remedies around data sharing between Google and competitor companies and data syndication, which is taking search results that Google has today and building a bridge of data between Google and smaller competitors. You asked about privacy. Obviously, that's of deep concern here. We really care about privacy too. And the judge did, and it's reflected in his opinion. So when you look at the types of data that are going to be shared pursuant to the judge's order, it's very specific and it's kind of technical data. It's aimed very, very much at unleashing competition and innovation in the marketplace. It's not aimed as at individual data of individual consumers. And to the extent that it does, the judge has already said that there's going to be a technical committee put together that would oversee and provide adult supervision for this remedies package, and we'll have a seat at the table. We'll be representing the American people. After all, it is Americans' consumer data that Google is using, right, to build this empire. And we'll be very focused on how privacy is handled. Another note I would say is before even the judge decided, we took it on ourselves at the DOJ to reach out to our sister antitrust agency, which also enforces the data privacy forces law at the federal level, which is the Federal Trade Commission. And we asked them to file a friend of the court brief on our behalf, explaining why, in their opinion, our remedies were very reasonable from a privacy standpoint. And so that's in the docket. And we get the impression the judge did indeed read that brief. It's very important coming from the FTC with the leadership role it has in privacy. So all these things combined make us feel pretty good about the privacy aspects of the data sharing remedies in the opinion.
Yeah, and it's important because Google does collect a bunch of data from its users, its phone users, search engine users, and so this is important for us to make sure that they're not abusing that. I want to also ask you regarding a lot of critics. They're very critical on the aspect that this doesn't divest Chrome. As many of you guys at home know, Google does own Chrome, and so I know a lot of people, especially on the conservative side of things, were hoping to kind of break that up a bit. What do you say to your critics who say this doesn't go far enough?
Listen, we're not entirely happy with the whole agreement. And of course, we are weighing our options. We have a right of appeal. Google has a right of appeal. We're not there yet. This is a 200 plus page opinion. So you can imagine there's a lot to digest and read in there. So we're thinking carefully about what the future looks like as our critics outside the building. There are always critics. They'll always be with us. This is the American way. And it's good to have a healthy debate about these things. Um, Look, the goal here was to unleash data, to put it in the hands of competitors, and to look to the future. And importantly, these remedies apply as much to online search today as to artificial intelligence in the future. And so we think that's really, really important. And so we're looking at these remedies as a positive. We can think about Chrome. We can think about how much faster data would be unleashed if Chrome had been divested. But we're not there yet in terms of what levers we might pull in that regard.
Yeah, and I think it's really important for folks at home to know that the possibility of an appeal is possible, and it's something that you guys are potentially looking at. Is that correct?
Yes, that's fair to say.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Well, Abigail, I want to thank you for all that you guys are doing over at the Antitrust Division because, folks, it's a lot to go through. I mean, there's a lot of companies that have gotten away with so much over the years, and it's good to see that these checks and balances are working, and you are personally out there fighting these battles for the American people. So we greatly appreciate all the work that you guys are doing.
100%. It's our pleasure. We are here for you.
This show isn't being funded by any corrupt corporations or foreign governments. We are strictly funded by you all at home. So if you're a fan of independent journalism, staying independent, we need your support. Head on over right now to independentnewsroom.com. That's independentnewsroom.com. That's where you could support my work as an independent journalist by becoming a paid subscriber or a donor. You get to pick between a one-time donation or a monthly donation, and you get to pick the dollar amount. It's safe and secure. It's done through a donor box. And folks, we strongly rely on it. I do. It's the only way we're able to bring on staff to help out with the show. It helps us with our research and so much more. So head on over independentnewsroom.com. When you become a paid subscriber, I personally send you a thank you email, of course, because I really do appreciate your support. So head on over independentnewsroom.com and support my work as an independent journalist today, please.